You understand?
As that reminds me of an episode of Friends. I think when Ross and Rachel were not sure whether they were on a break or not. It's like, we want a break. It's like, no, we weren't on a break. We were on a break.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, too much TV as a kid.
Sorry. I was just going to say, for me personally, I can't, and I tell you all the time, I can't stand cheating or because I know myself. It will take God for me to forgive and forget. So I would rather, and I think that's why it's so important for you to know who you're getting involved in from the very beginning. We listen to Miles Monroe a lot, and Miles Monroe once said that when there's a problem in your relationship, or when you're both of you assuming like you're going towards a divorce, it means that it's like signs or symptoms that there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's not always necessarily for you to separate or go for a divorce, but actually sit down and have a conversation as to, okay, what's the problem there? But then as Tony said, it takes two people. Both of you have to want to resolve the issue. But if it's just one person, then it will take God. But for me, like, bye, Felipe. But for me personally,
It will never be your portion.
Amen. Because I just know myself. I know that I would have to separate. Babe, you can't stay here right now. Can you go somewhere else? I just, because I would not be able to forget straight away. It would take God.
I think that is key, isn't it? For what you're asking, it really depends on. There are reasons why you are like that.
Yeah.
There are reasons, your past experience, the place you grew up, the things you saw growing up. There's so many things, and we all come from so many different backgrounds. Some people, by virtue of what they've been through, or even by virtue of where they are in their walk in life, in God, in different places, they are more fortified to deal with stuff like that. You might be saying that now. Again, God forbid that happens. But the point I'm making is there might come a point in your walk together, in your walk with God, where you will find the strength to deal with stuff like that. So I don't think there is a rule.
There's no rule.
There is no rule. It's really about a person. Really about the people, their willingness. It just takes so many things that you can't just put a blanket rule over people.
So it's not divorce or don't divorce.
No, there are rules and then there are relationships. Rules are meant to help relationships. But a lot of the time we see the rule, but we don't really know the relationship, and we're wondering why aren't they applying that rule to this relationship? But it doesn't work like that. Because every relationship is so unique.
In terms of safeguarding, don't worry, you guys are going to have all your chance to like ask questions. Milton Keynes in the house, God bless you guys. We're going to have a time where you guys can just throw your questions. I'm just facilitating at the moment. In terms of safeguarding, how many of you guys, I'm going to ask you guys, how many of you guys think guys and girls can just be friends? You guys are, okay, good. That's cool. All right, let me bring it within a context now. I'm bringing it within a context. You ready? All right. So, you're with a man or you're with a woman, and there's a particular friend that is like a friend. How many of you, okay, put your hand up in your heart. I'll be able to tell if it's you. You defaulted to friend. Basically, you tried a date. Don't look guilty. You tried the dating thing, you tried to get together and it didn't work. So you're like, that's my G, that's my best friend.
A lot of ladies do that, by the way.
A lot of guys, and some guys in here are doing that currently. My wife was once my friend, by the way.
You know what's really funny? Hopefully that girl won't even watch this. So my brother was coming out of a relationship at a particular time, right? He was coming out. You know, there's sometimes...
Wait, I thought we weren't going to do this. No.
He didn't cheat because, right, they had broken up and...
broke up with me.
She broke up with him.
Called me, left me a voicemail.
She broke up by a voicemail.
voicemail.
Like, she probably thought he didn't
worship
listen.
in church on a Sunday. I'm not going to be picking up my phone for a breakup.
So, okay, and then the girl called me, the sister, because, you know, you called the sister. He only had one, so who else you going to call? And then she was like, oh, they had already met at the time. So I just helped her. I said, you know, girl, just move on. It's all right. I said, God will find you your own. Okay. But in a situation like that where you see a girl, like imagine if he had kept her as friend. Okay, maybe let's put the question like this before we go into that friend guy.
Yeah.
Would you be comfortable? No. Kimmy? No. Have I asked?
Everyone is like, no.
Okay, for your current, whether you're dating your partner or your husband, to be good, close friends with, with the ex. Okay, can I answer? What is that? Yes, no, no. Wait. Hand up for yes. You guys, what about forgiving, forgetting? Whoever is in Christ is a new creation from afar.
X means exit.
X means exit. I like that. We're going to have to meet that.
Was the breakup amicable?
You know for me? Japanese, you're speaking Chinese right now. I don't care. Whatever language your breakup was.
I'm being serious. Like, can they still be friends? If the breakup was amicable, like you guys just went your separate ways, and it's like cool, and you still remain friends. Like,
can I ask you a question? Wait.
What's friends?
When you say friends, what do you mean?
Okay, friends like, oh.
Hello, hi.
No. Now.
She said he just a friend.
Hey, wait, DJ. Sorry, so sad. DJ's not here yet. Okay. Oh, DJ. Sorry, I just said you. Hi.
I will say this, yeah. Friends, how do I put this?
Define friend in terms of come round for dinner.
Thank you.
Okay.
No.
All right, wait. I have a scenario that happened to a friend.
Okay.
A friend, and this. So he's friends with a girl that he was interested in, and their friendship is actually just friendship. That's what he said to her. That it was just friendship, but you know sometimes they like to go out for meals, you know, because they're friends. Hell no.
Can I just say something?
Focus on that.
Let me just. Yeah. Did you notice that half the congregation, half the people here said you asked, can a guy and a girl be friends? And almost everyone put their hands up. Now the same people who put their hands up are the ones saying, no, they can't be friends.
No. That's okay. Because you've defined the relationship. You've defined the relationship as X. Like there is something there. Like it was a previous relationship. Then no, you can't be, because I feel that if you do that, you kind of start opening doors for silliness. Like, yeah, and also like you said, you know, you're just going out for dinners or like, listen, if you're going out for dinners, I'm coming too. I'm coming
We are all friends.
Like, we are all going to be friends together. Let me know, what is it that you want to know? That's it. What are you eating? What are you drinking? Let me know, I'm there. Come on.
But it's not because you don't trust your partner, because that's what they say. It's them. It's them. Okay, I think we're gonna pause on here. The people want to say stuff.
Okay.
Over here. Auntie, over here. Sorry.
Hello everyone. I just want to say, when we say friends, they're friends that you meet in church and you're like, oh hi, you're like, you guys used to go out, you used to date, you used to fancy him or her. That's fine. You see each other in church, you're like, oh hey, you're like, it's cool. You were even exes, it's fine. But then friend as in you talk to her on the phone, you be calling her and stuff.
You're taking the person. You be calling her.
Did you notice how I tone just
I said, why do we go American? Why do we go American?
What time is this?
Everyone goes American. We're like, you'll be.
There are friends and then there are friends. Like we all know, everybody knows that. And also with girls and guys, of course we can be friends. I'll see you, I'll say hi and stuff. But the way that I relate to my best friend over here, I could never have that level of relationship with a guy. First of all, it is so unwise. It's unbelievable. Like deep calls out to deep. If you have a deep relationship with a guy, you are blurring boundaries without even knowing it. The moment he gets a girlfriend, it's like, oh my god, I didn't know I was feeling this way. No. You guys, be friends, guys, of course. Like we really cordial guys, be open. We're brothers and sisters in the Lord. We have that freedom. But you cannot. You just cannot be intimate with guys when there is no bond of relationship there. It's so dangerous.
How many of you have broken up with people you haven't been going out with? Wow,
Just add to what she said, basically depends on the situation, depends on the context, depends on what you do, really. I think that in general, I think we've just got to be very careful. In Proverbs 4:27 says, guard your heart for something like the issues of life, and you've got to do that because I want to guard my heart to know when to find the right one. Because if you don't, then you.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of can a guy and a girl just be friends? In terms of can a guy and a girl just be friends? Just think, how do most relationships start in the first place? How does that intimacy? It doesn't just start. Well, usually it doesn't start straight away. It starts by seeming innocent. Those that friendship kind of relationship. So don't put yourself in that situation where you are tempted or where there's even that appearance of evil, whether your ex is or not. Don't be so naive to think that it's just going to be just friends all the time. It's not necessarily the case.
Sorry, and also just for the context of relationship, in marriage, every so often, and most times you get into trials. Everybody knows the seasons of life, and what you don't want is for you to be going through a season where things are not going as great. The butterfly seems dead. And nothing is. Everything has to be deliberate, and it takes work. You don't want to have that. I wonder what would happen if she was in my life right now. You understand? And 80-20 rule was like, when I was dating this person, she had this aspect of our relationship unlocked, and that's when you find yourself, sending a random, I'm just gonna say hi, boom, and before you know it, the hedge has been broken, the serpent is just there. So you have to be careful that you don't have those options, and that puts the first question into context. Where you say forsaking all others, is literally closing all other doors. Marriage is I get in and there's no exit. The keys are locked and I'm just going on this journey.
Until death do you part.
Yes, so, and for me, I'm pitching God to build my house next to my wife so we can, see each other.
Nice. Okay. All right. We've looked at forsaking all others in terms of other, like guy, girl, and all that kind of stuff. But let's bring it back. Forsaking all others, including family members.
Whoa.
Second? Family members. Okay, so the Bible says, for this reason shall a man leave his man. This is why we don't remember mankind. What's the Hebrew? I didn't research
that Hebrew.
I like the English, so I didn't go for the Hebrew. No. I didn't research Hebrew because I like the English like it is. Alright. For this reason shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife. Now, again, I don't think they'll sue me because they said it. For example, with Cornelius Lindsay, he said that his wife is more important than his mother. Imagine you carried somebody for 9 months. You went to work so that person can eat, and then one day they fell in love, and you become side chick. I don't understand. But how important is that for the health of a relationship, and when? Because I also think sometimes the priority ladder shifts. Like sometimes a girlfriend, like you were saying, would expect the boyfriend to treat her as wife, So expect that person, because I don't remember who I was speaking to about this. Like when you hear someone is a daddy's girl, it doesn't sound negative, but then mama's boy. The lyrics are like, I don't know about that. But like, so how is that in terms of forsaking of others within that family context? You're already part of a family before you obviously. So like, I guess I would say for the single people first that will go into marriage. Okay. And Pastor has been quiet for a minute, so.
So going back to the question, when you say leaving, the Bible's talking about marriage, not
like marriage.
relationship.
So, but then within relationship and dating, obviously, as you're getting to know that person, you're getting to know their family as well. You get to, and once you're becoming more intentional, should that shift begin from then, or do you wait till you get to the altar? I always say it's during that wedding season. That's when you know who's taking priority. Because when you're making plans, I want this asho. No, you can't have that asho. And oh, sorry for the non-Yoruba people. When you're doing like the material for the weddings, you see people's colors, like their real colors. All of a sudden, people are just different. But we'll just.
Well, I think statistically, a lot of couples break up during the engagement stage because a lot of families and.
So that's not the most secure part.
Oh, so that's not the most secure part. But once two people have made that decision that they're going to get married and they get married, then I actually on the same par with Cornelius in that your spouse is now your priority, and the couple involved now need to establish the boundaries and the parameters of their relationship, because family will always want to get involved. There will always be a particular family bias, and they have to be, they really have to establish the boundaries, because I know some couples, for example, when there is a fallout, you don't go to your parents' house and stay there. Because when you do that, now the parents and the family start to get involved. So they have particular boundaries as to how it's dealt with. And if somebody is not ready to leave, to cleave, then they're not ready to forsake all others, and they're not ready for marriage.
Yeah, word.
I think it's easy now. Every woman here, you're clapping. Wait till you have your child. 9 months, yeah, I know. Summertime, girl. Okay. Anybody else want to say? Everyone agreement? So when you're dating, your mom is still your mom, or she still has priority, and then.
I think that's important. Again, is that clarity. There needs to be such clarity between dating and marriage, because they're not the same. No matter how close you both are, until a person commits, they haven't committed. And so until that, the reason why the context of leaving, like we said, is marriage. And the reason why it happens in marriage is that there is now a stronger commitment that has been made. If the commitment has not been made, but you're forsaking your family, what are you doing? You're forsaking the unit that God has given you whilst you're single for someone who hasn't made a commitment to you. No matter how much they love you, no matter how you feel about them, they don't yet love you enough to marry you. And that is where it really kicks in. But anyway, I think you should be seeing traits of the fact that they are willing to prioritize you above their family during dating. Just like you should be seeing traits of everything you're looking for, in at least most of the things you're looking for in dating.
Okay.
I just add to that as well. The two become one, and I'm a big advocate that you don't become one until you are married. Whether that's sexually, whether that's financially, joint accounts, whether that's buying a house together. If you want to save individually until the two become one, then that's when you should start to think about those other things. Just add that in.
I think what is very clear from everything everyone is saying is a key issue now is that we are playing being married while we are dating. So we're judging dating and courtship with the same standard of commitment as marriage. So that's why we were all shocked when Pastor Chida said the best line of the day, you're free to cheat. Within context. If you came late.
Let me just put that in context. Serious. you are free. You are free to cheat, but you just won't be with me. You. It's a thing that in every relationship, you can spend your money anyhow. But what that tells me is that you're not the kind of person that I'm looking for. It's as simple as that. I don't need to create drama about it or cause it to impact me. And it really breaks my heart when I see people who are dating, particularly a girl or a girl, and even guys who are dating, one of them cheats and the other one thinks your life has ended. Something has happened in that relationship to make you think that, because it really isn't the truth. You should be thanking God if they cheat whilst you're dating, because it's evidence that they're not ready for you.
Go and give Thanksgiving offering to Relentless Church.
So, if you are giving testimony, feel free. Just go in front. Everyone say, I want to thank God for health. I'm going to a new age. Fine, thank you that guy cheated on me. Now I know better. Okay, cool. So, forsaking all other, we talked about family. Forsaking all other in terms of your friendships. Like, how do you prioritize? Still in the relationship content. Obviously, marriage, we know your wife is your number one. God, number one. Close first. Close second. Friendships, because especially a lot of, I can speak from a woman's perspective, that struggle with those friendships that just seem like they have no way in. Like maybe your friends don't even like her, but that's your girl, and she's uncomfortable with that. Or sometimes even guys don't like, because girls, we have like that cliquey sisterhood thing, and it's like, even I was on the opposite side. So he came into my friendship group because we were friends at uni. And you think that he's not my brother because I was like, what you want? Like, who are you? But in terms of prioritizing then, I guess, I don't want to answer my question because I think I have my answer, but how do you forsake your friends for your current, I don't want to say, what current makes it seem like it's interchangeable, but I guess it is because they're not committed. You don't commit until you commit. So how do you balance that? Does that question make any sense?
I think I understand the question. I think firstly, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Not everybody's entitled to give you advice. So we must separate the two. But I think when it comes to friendships, we all have different categories of friendships in our lives. We have
there's some people you can do away with.
That's right. We have acquaintances, and then we have those who are close to us, whose advice and opinions we value. And it's very important to distinguish the two, because when it's advice from those who are close to you, you know that the motive is pure. You know the heart behind it is pure. You can't necessarily say that's the case when it's an acquaintance or somebody who's not really a good friend, because they might just perceive that person in a particular way, and that's why they have a particular attitude or opinion towards your relationships. I don't think that you should forsake all of your friends for the person that you're courting or you're dating. In fact, I think that the person that's right for you will probably embrace your friends and be supportive of the friends that you have, as long as your friends are good company. So that's my thoughts on it. I don't know.
I think I agree with you as well. I think forsaking your friends there's no wisdom in that, because sometimes in marriage you do need your friend. But I think the way we've managed it is, I have got my friends, but even in that I still respect my husband. I try to. I do. Okay. So I still respect my husband, and even in that I would still do certain things to make him. So for example, if my sis, my friend, is at home and my husband is in the room, whatever it is, I would go to the room to say, babe, you okay? Do you need anything? This, that, and the other. Just to make him know that even in all of that, this fun that I'm having, I'm still thinking about him. And I think that the problem comes where married women, they get married and then they forget that they've got a husband at home, and then they go on holiday and they haven't kept the home, put things in order in the home, and they forget that they're not single anymore, there's someone at home. And I think that's where the problem comes. But I think in marriage you need your friends, because there's times where I'm very open with my husband, but there's times where they're like, you need a break, but you know what, maybe just do you, let me do me. And I think it's wisdom, because sometimes you just want to air out as well. Sometimes you just want I call it my space. And I think it's good. So yeah, don't forsake your friends, because you need your friends.
You need them. So even after marriage,
I think with this particular question, I think 2 words come to mind: trust and accountability. I think number one, with trust, it's very important that as a couple, what did they say about trust? They say that it takes a lifetime to build, but seconds to break. So what you need to understand is that you, within the confines of your relationship, marriage, dating, courting, whatever, you want to be able to trust your partner. And that level of trust that you're building, you do not want to abuse that trust. So if there is any crack in the wall with regards to friendships that may cause or allow for that level of trust to be broken, you need to review it, you need to re-see it, you need to get an understanding of what that is, so that your partner can trust you and trust that your partner may trust you, they may not trust your friends. And the context of certain friendships, because even now when we say friends, we don't just have same-sex friends, we have friends from the opposite sex. So it's like, okay, cool, I don't want to abuse that trust. So I want you to be friends with my friends, I want to be friends with your friends, but don't be friends with each other's friends so that you can now spy on them.
Monitoring
it's literally because these are the people that are important to you, let me embrace them and vice versa. So I don't want to abuse it, so that's trust. Accountability in the sense of, and then you have those really genuine friends, beautiful friends, godly friends, friends who, and you do need individuals around you, not to pry in on your relationship, but to act as a covering, to act as honest and diligent and faithful middle ground, people who can, and it's not everyone, this is not meant to be like, I'm talking like, Jesus had 12, but then he had 3. I'm talking about the 3 now. So you have those individuals who can really be accountable to, and you can share things within reason and within wisdom. So again, that healthy balance will allow you to have healthy friendships. But the moment you kind of disregard those 2 things and you think, okay, cool, because I speaking from experience, I have a few friends who just got married, and there's one guy in particular who's got married, and nobody sees him anymore.
He's busy.
We're catching up, guys.
When you're married, though, it's very difficult.
I know. It's very different. And this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not saying that you should, get married and you still have the same level of friendship with people around you. But then at the same time, it's not get married and nobody else exists. Because then there will come a time where you need your friends, and then you're like, hold on a second.
Triple is like Benton right now.
You gonna call me? I gonna pick up my phone.
But it's with wisdom, it's with respect, and every situation and circumstance and relationship is different. And I think if you get the healthy balance, because it's not like our pastor said, there's rules in this relationship. So A, B, C, D, E,
I
F, G.
see you use that on one of your things. I'm like, you better don't plagiarize.
But it's like not every single rule can be applied to every single relationship. And sometimes some things are not meant for you.
Yeah.
So again, that's when discernment comes in. Say, okay, Holy Spirit, what do you want for this relationship? What do you want from me? How do we exercise wisdom, self-control, and God's grace within the confines of our relationship? So it varies.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Pastor. Come on, Pastor.
Oh, please, politeness. Christians, never no, you go.
Friends, I was just thinking about this. It's about having the right thing in the right place at the right time. Think about, let your friends be water. Whilst we're in this room, water is good in this bottle and for me to drink. When if we move on from here and we say, oh, let's go to the swimming pool, if there's a swimming pool here. The water doesn't need to be in the bottle now. We need the water in the pool because we're going swimming. Things have changed. So I still need water, but I need it in the pool. When you're in your living room, you don't want the water flowing into your living room because again, you've gone home. You might have been on holiday swimming in the sea, but when you get into your living room, you don't want water in the sea. You still need water, but you don't want it in the living room. You might have had a friend who used to come for sleepovers. Hopefully, Christian sleepovers, properly Christian sleepovers. But there comes a certain stage in your relationship where that is no longer appropriate. It doesn't make them less of a friend. It just means life is so dynamic, and that means it displaces things not in order of priority, but just positionally, just where they should be. And it's understanding the season you are in there are some seasons, you have good friends who are so good at advising you in your career. They're really excellent friends, no problem with them. But you should never go to them to tell them, ask them about your marriage, because they are rubbish at giving you advice in that area, or they're just scandalous. So it's understanding that person is not less of my friend now that I'm married, but for this particular situation, I need another friend.
It's okay obviously to still have friends, still have the same friends maybe, but the boundaries do change once you get married. So it's just all about the boundaries, and it's probably already what's been said. But you as a person who is married, you have to understand that their priorities change as well. Your friends probably used to be your whole life, or they could be your whole life. You could afford to spend all day with them, but now that you are married, cleaving doesn't mean disown them, or leaving and cleaving doesn't mean disown everyone. It just means that they have a different priority and you have different boundaries.
Yeah. That was what I was going to say. But just understand that your relationship, the health of your relationship is very important, but it's also good for you to study your relationship to know what can help it grow. There's some friendship that will be a hindrance. They will become like a pothole or a stronghold, and you don't want that. So if you know that this person is not good for you, it's important to distance how much influence they have, because the people you keep company with can influence your thoughts, influence your decisions. So you just have to be very sensitive to make sure that they don't have almost a way in that would lead to a breakup. Do you get what I'm saying? So please know your relationship, and it's different for everybody.